You are watching Travel World Online.
Within 5 months, 2 crashes of Lion and Ethiopian Airlines, added with the recent emergency landing of Southwest Airline plane, all Boeing 737 MAX have put a question mark on the safety of Boeings. These incidents have dented the image of Boeing, and a million-dollar question is how they got the certification for MCAS without a backing plan when the sensors are producing contradictory readings and MCAS indicates the aircraft to trim nose-down attitude. That's what is suspected in above-mentioned crash. According to the information from a reliable source, MAX is an improvised version of Boeing 737NG. In MAX, there are certain aerodynamic changes which in turn led to the angle of attack giving erroneous reading to MCAS, which approximately 15 to 20 degree nose-high attitude at approximately 1000 to 2000 feet above ground level, which is causing the trim to put the aircraft in a nose-down attitude, which is practically not possible to recover from. The new connections between the two crashes point to a potential systemic problem with the aircraft, adding to the pressure on Boeing. The company already faces scrutiny for its role in the design and the certification of the plane. After examining the black box recorders from the doomed Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302, investigators believe the crash was caused due to malfunctioning sensor that automated anti-stall flight control feature called MCAS to take over wrestling controls from the plane's pilots. MCAS directs the trim system of the aircraft to nose-down attitude. This is an important safety feature, but when it glitches, it can produce deadly results.
Right, so I'm going to give you a short brief on the incidents that have happened with the Boeing 737 MAX aircraft. Aerodynamically, the Boeing 737 MAX in comparison to the 737NG new generation aircraft, the engines are mounted a little further up on the fuselage of the airplane, due to which the angle of attack sensor was giving horrendous readings to the computer, the MCAS. And immediately after takeoff, it was sensing a nose-high, a pitch-up attitude of 15 to 20 degrees. In turn, the computer would respond and trim the aircraft nose down, and not giving enough reaction time for the pilots to going into a nosedive and recovering from the nosedive, because as this was happening between approximately 1000 to 2000 feet above ground level. The other airplanes like the 737NG, we do have a similar system, not exactly the same, but that would give you a nose-high attitude of 2 degrees, which was approximately 2 to 2.5 degrees, which was really controllable by the pilots on board. Boeing at the moment is retrieving back all their aircrafts, upgrading the software on their aircrafts, and sending the pilots for training on it. So there is no reason to believe that this is a pilot error. It is purely a manufacturing defect by Boeing.
Controllers recorded voice exchange. The pilot reported flight control problems, so he was having difficulties with the flight control of the airplane, so he asked to return back to base, and clearance was given to him.
It's a concern on my part that the system became so safe that we actually took a nap.
Our teams embrace that responsibility with a deep sense of purpose every day. The tragic losses of Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 and Lion Air Flight 610 affect us all, and we join the world with heavy hearts in grieving. When an accident happens, for any reason, we focus relentlessly to determine why, understand the facts of what happened, and help prevent future tragedies.
This upgrade must be approved by regulators whose role has itself come under scrutiny for allegedly doing safety on the cheap.
I find it hard to believe that a safety company like an airline would save a couple $1,000s on an option that might improve safety on a.
Yeah, it
on a
may be
multi-
hard. It may be hard for you to believe, but it's happening.
You are watching Travel World Online.